Hi, I'm João, and if you're watching this, then you are probably already somewhat interested in the Berlin Game Developers Retreat and you want to know more. And that's exactly what this video is about. If you just want to know the basic facts, scroll down, there's a full text description with all the important information. If you want to have a bit of a more in-depth look into what we will actually do and so on, and what the reasons are, then keep watching. So the first thing is, who is this retreat for? It's for everyone that works in the games industry. Whether you are a solo developer or work in a AAA studio, whether you're a programmer, artist, designer, musician, illustrator, producer, if you work in games, you are welcome. When is it taking place? It starts on the 3rd of October. It's a holiday, it's a Thursday, and it ends on the 6th of October, which is a Sunday. So we have the holiday, then we have a Friday. The reason this works is because a lot of people get this Friday off as a bridge day. If this is not possible for you, if you cannot take this Friday off, you can still arrive on Friday evening or Friday afternoon. That's no problem. Just let me know, communicate this so that I know who is going to be there at which time. Where is the retreat taking place? Well, it's called the Berlin Game Developers Retreat, but it's actually technically not in Berlin. It's actually technically in Brandenburg. It's just outside of Berlin. It's not too far away from Berlin. It's a very nice location, very nice house with a big garden and outdoor area. We've got a grill. We have a sauna even. So it's really premium location. We are surrounded by nature. There's a lake not too far away. It's also not around the corner, but it is possible to go there. It's around 2 hours away from Berlin by public transport. There's a bus that stops almost at the door. Takes around 2 hours from the Berlin main station, from Hauptbahnhof. If you go by car from Hauptbahnhof, it's around an hour and a half. We will also try to arrange car shares. So if you don't have a car, maybe someone else can take you. You will receive the exact location after you sign up. Next, we have probably the biggest question of all, which is, what are we actually going to do? Before we talk about what we're going to do, we need to talk about a few other things. First of all, why? So we have two main goals. The first goal is to experience something extraordinary, to leave our routine, to leave our daily life, to go out of our normal patterns and experience something new. The second goal is to experience something and perhaps even learn something that you can take into your daily life, whether into your personal or to your professional life, or even both. So the idea is that by going outside of your environment and experiencing something new, you can get insights and inspiration for your daily life. It's not about learning a specific skill, but it's more about allowing your mind to see connections, to see things that perhaps you didn't see before. Then we need to talk about two very important rules. The first rule is that there will be no phones, no tablets or computers or anything like that. No PlayStations, no Switches. I'm sorry. I think the reason is probably clear for most people. Phones are very distracting. Phones pull us away from our surroundings. And if you have your phone, you will never be able to fully disconnect from your daily life. The second rule is no watches or any other time-telling devices. The main reason is that a lot of stress in our daily life comes from the ideas of time, from schedules, from the calendar, from appointments, and so on. So by eliminating this pressure, we can operate in a very different mode. Now that we have that out of the way, and if it still sounds interesting to you, now we get into the actual what. What are we actually doing in this retreat? So we have a lot of activities planned, but also some time without any activities. The activities are as follows. We have exercise and movement. It's not a fitness retreat. It's not a weightlifting retreat. We're not going to run any marathons. We're not going to do any handstands or backflips or anything like that. But one thing that is missing for most people in our life is moving, especially as developers. We sit a lot. Even if you have a standing desk, you're just standing around. You're not actually moving. So movement is a very important thing. Again, not a fitness retreat. You don't need any experience. You don't need any particular skills. You don't need to be especially fit or anything. This is accessible to everyone. We will just look at what are some basic things that are missing. Walking, maybe swimming if the weather allows, carrying things and so on. Some games, playing some games, some physical games, more on that up ahead. The idea is to just get some form of movement into the body, to just get the body moving, get the juices flowing. That's the main thing that we're looking at, because again, that is missing in most of our lives. Second, we have games and playfulness. Group games, playing, not playing a sport, and not games as in video games or even board games, but games without these restrictions, without the frameworks that we have constructed around them, without preconceived rules. If we remove all the technology and all the conventions that we have created as people who make games for a living, what remains? What are the fundamental elements of play and of playing? This is what we want to explore. So we look at play from a very fundamentally human perspective, looking at the fundamental layer of play. Then we come to the topic of art. Now, when I say art, a lot of you will think about painting and drawing and maybe even 3D modeling and animation and stuff like that. Maybe some of you will think about music and so on. That is not what I'm talking about. Again, we want to do things that are out of the ordinary. We want to do things that you are not familiar with and that are different from our daily lives. So we will look at different things that we can create. And one thing that is very important is that we will create with our hands a lot. We are very used to art and creation on the computer and with digital tools. But can we create without that? Let's take a step back from this and look at creation at the basic level, again, at the fundamental level. Other than that, we have a lot of space and time to just be there, be present, to be there with each other. Remember, again, no phones and no watches and so on. So there's no real schedule. There's no hurry to go anywhere. You can just be there. You can just enjoy your time there. There's plenty of time for resting. There's plenty of time for conversations, for connecting, for hanging out. There's also a lot of time and space for being with yourself, for introspection, for calm, quiet reflection, contemplation. And also, since we're going to be in nature, there's also a lot of time for long walks in nature, for observation, for being present in the forest, for perhaps being present in the water, again, depending on the weather. And this brings me to another important topic, which is being outside. We will be outside a lot. We will basically be outside as long or as much as possible. Again, this depends a bit on the weather. Plans might change. It's October. It might be 20 degrees. It might be 10 degrees and raining. So the plan there can change a little bit, but the idea is to spend as much time outdoors as is comfortable. And last but not least, food. We will prepare the meals together, simple meals, nothing fancy. It's not a cooking workshop or anything like that, right? We will eat together. We have an outdoor eating area. We have a grill and everything. So again, depending on the weather, it can be a really, really, really nice environment. All meals are vegetarian and vegan friendly. If you have any other dietary restrictions, just tell me, I will try to accommodate for everyone. So to give you a better idea of what this looks like in practice, I have an example. Again, plans might change, the weather plays a big role in that. So this is not necessarily what we will end up doing, but something like this. We wake up, we have some time for ourselves, some time to just get ready for the day, maybe, brush your teeth, go to the toilet, take a shower, whatever you need to do. Then we have a small exercise session just to sort of wake up, just to sort of warm up the body, very light, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. And then we have breakfast. So we prepare breakfast, we eat up breakfast all together, and then we go and we create something out of wood, for instance. We carve something out of wood. We do this until lunchtime. We prepare lunch, we eat something, and then we have some time to rest. Maybe we go on a walk, we just relax, we allow ourselves to relax. And then we have another activity at some point. This could be a group game. We play all together, we create some games, we look into things that are maybe interesting to us at that specific moment, and we have fun. We play, we explore, we do some games outdoors, maybe we do some games in the forest, maybe we do some games inside of the house. We can explore all these things. Then before dinner, we have another short movement session just to sort of bring the body down after a full day. We stretch, we do some things that maybe feel good to us. We look at things like maybe our posture, maybe something is hurting, maybe something is a bit tired. We take care of that. We just take care of our body. And then we come to the dinner. Again, we prepare the meals, we cook together. Again, we prepare the meal, we cook together. Hopefully, again, if the weather allows, maybe we can have a barbecue outside, we sit by the fire and chill under the stars. And then we go to bed, and that's it. So if you're still here and all of those things sounded good to you, now you might be asking yourself, okay, how much does this cost? So if you sign up until the 1st of September, the price is 350 euros. If you sign up after the 1st of September, the price is 500 euros. This includes full accommodation for 3 nights, food, and all materials. So if this sounds interesting to you at all, scroll down and sign up, and I see you at the retreat.